Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for May 15th, 2022. Tomorrow is my birthday, so I'm excited. I'm not one of those people who hide my birthday or like lie about my age. Yes, I'm going to be 48 anyway, which is not a big deal to me. I mean, yeah, it's kind of surprising that that number has come up, but hey, that's how it goes. Anyway, so I'm taking a 3-day weekend. I'm going to take Monday off because my birthday, I only take my birthday off from work if it's a Monday or a Friday. So I got to do it this year, and the last couple years has been on the weekend. So it didn't matter. Or I don't remember. I don't know. I might have taken a day around it. I don't think I did last year, but I might have taken the Friday off before my birthday last year just because. Anyway, but so sometimes it works, sometimes not. A lot of times if I can take it around a weekend to make it a 3-day, it's pretty cool. So, I don't have, right now my plans are kind of up in the air for tomorrow. My parents were supposed to come up. So my brother and I are 3 years and a day apart. My brother's birthday is on Tuesday, the 17th. So my parents were going to come up and hang out with me during the day when I have it off. My dad and I were going to do our yearly pals trip downtown because we only go to the downtown one once a year. I have the nice one that's here in Cedar Hills area, which is really close, too close sometimes, that I can go to. So we only do the downtown one, which is the big building. Once a year. So when he'll come up and do that. So, but he had a cold last week or some kind of infection I'm not sure. So he wasn't feeling too good last weekend, so I have to call him today and find out. But if he doesn't come, that's fine. We will postpone that trip and we'll do it another time. But, you know, so tomorrow will be probably a family day kind of thing. I'll hang out with my parents if they come and have dinner with my brother when he gets off work. Because he didn't take any time off because his birthday was on Tuesday. So he's not taking any time off then. Anyway, there's my ramble. Anyway, so I'm kind of excited to have a 3-day weekend. I didn't do as many chores yesterday. I bought my birthday present to myself yesterday. Most of the time I will buy books and other things, but my brother talked me into an iPod Touch. I have a lot of old iPods that I had for different things over the years, and I hear that they might not make as many anymore, and I want to have one for the car. Because I'm going to switch off the Sirius XM thing because I don't want to pay for that anymore. So I put out money for an iPod Touch and I'll listen to my own music, which will be great. I just need to now upload it and do all that stuff. So I bought that yesterday. That was my gift to myself kind of thing. Well, part of that money was his money for my birthday. So my brother and I don't exchange gifts. We just say, buy something and that's from me. So our money kind of gets combined. Anyway, we haven't bought gifts for each other since we were teenagers. We just say, go buy what you want and say it's from me. Okay, I have really rambled. I'm in a really weird mood today, mostly because I know I have to do some chores today that I want to get done and play with that iPod Touch because I didn't do that yesterday. I was too tired by the time I got home. But we'll see what I get done today. So let's talk about reading, which is, I'm sure why you guys are here. I am just, as I said, I'm giddy because my birthday's tomorrow. Anyway, sorry about that. So, this week I really worked on audiobooks because I was doing a lot of computer work at work this week. So I was able to listen to a lot of audio. I also started playing Animal Crossing again, and I listen to audiobooks when I play now, and it really makes it fun. I don't know, because Animal Crossing, I just enjoy it, and I haven't played, as I said, I just started up again. It's the first time in 5 months, and I'm really glad. It's just a fun, relaxing thing when I get home. Sometimes I play a little longer than I should, but it's just, I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. So anyway, I've got a lot more audiobooks than I was physically reading this week. We'll see if that continues. I'm not sure. I don't think so because of what's going on in this next week. So let's talk about the books I finished, the ones I'm in the middle of, and what I think I'm going to read in the next week. So starting with the first audiobook, which is Nalini Singh's Silver Silence, which is book 16 in the Psy Changeling series, or the first book in the new era, which is the Psy Changeling Trinity. So this is my favorite book of the series. So I reread this at least once or twice a year. This is the first time this year. I'm sure it'll happen again. Again, this is Again, I listened to this on audio. I had already had this one on audio. I bought a whole bunch of them to complete the second half of the series in audio. And this one I already owned. I'd already listened to it once before. It's Angela Daw, and she does a great job for the whole series. So again, this is, I've talked about this so often. Anyway, this is a world, kind of a little futuristic world, like 100 years into the future, where there are, we're in a world that has shifters and people with psychic abilities and humans all vying for power. And it is a 20-book series. The 21st book is coming out in July. So it's not one you want to jump in here. I know that they say you can kinda, and as much as I love this book and the ones after it, I would definitely say it's definitely a series. It would be more fun to start from the beginning, even if the first two books are not as great, but they were still fun. I think so. If you like them, like shifters and a lot of political machinations with the way, and the world building is so well done in these. Anyway, Silver Silence has bears, and one of a character that has been through, I would say, about 10 books before this, she kind of appeared, maybe even before that, I don't remember, but her name was mentioned. But so she was always in the back of my head hoping she would get a book, just because I was interested in Silver. And so Silver and Felician, and they're, I love bears. I love the shifting bears, I gotta say. So anyway, this was my favorite of the series, but I was in the middle of this, I think on Sunday. I think I finished this on Monday or Tuesday. It must have been Monday, but it was really good, as I said. So I listened to that again on audio. I think Wednesday or Tuesday, maybe it was Tuesday night, I don't remember. I finished the Ghoul Vendetta by Lisa Sharon. So this is book 4 in the SPI files. So I had not read this. This is the one that I pre-ordered and got in January 2017. And I'd read the other books, the other first 3 books in 2016. So I had just discovered the series, and I pre-ordered this one, and it came in, and then I think I saw something that she had issues with her publisher, because the books later are more indie pub or self-pub. I'm not sure. I think they're indie. Anyway, so I just never got around to book 4, and I don't know why. I really wanted to read it at the time when I pre-ordered it, and then I never read it. So anyway, last couple weeks I reread the first 3 books. So this is book 4. So this is the first one in my continuing this series to finish. And I read this book. So book 4 was bringing back a villain that's kind of peeked its head in the first and the second book. Is that right? I keep thinking of, yeah. I think he's kind of peeked into all of them. Anyway, so this was an interesting one, and it has the characters who you're getting to know. This is McKenna is the seer of the SPI, which is kind of like a police force or kind of thing that takes care of the supernatural elements. They are not known to the world. They have glamours, and people, the creatures from other dimensions and from other, like fairy tale kind of creatures, they fake what they look like for humans, but she can see through glamours and other things. And she's also picked up a few other things that she can do by this point. So we're getting to know her, and we're getting to know her love interest, which just a bad boy anyway, but he's good anyway. I like him, but it's fun. And then her partner Ian has some things go down for him in this book. So and we're getting to know all these characters. They're characters who are from the other books pop up through it. This had a lot of adventure. There's a lot of different twists in it. I really like this one, and I'm glad I finally got to it. But again, that's book 4. I just think this is like one of those urban fantasies that is just fun. This is never going to get high, be a best book of all time or even a best series, but it's a fun series. I'm enjoying my reading. I enjoy picking up the book to read in this series. So I'm really, and again, I'm going to continue on, of course, because you'll see, but book 4 was really good, and I'm glad I continued that one. So then I had a lot of audiobooks, as I said, during the week. Again, all these are done by Angela Daw, but I continued the Side Changeling Trinity, or the Side Changeling series. So book 17 was Wolf Rain. So I continued on to that one. I'm not going to mention these because they're just, they're all in a row. Ocean Light, which is number 8. Oh no, that's not right. I had those flipped around. This is number 17. So what was really funny is that I started this one and then my, somehow it didn't download all the way on my Audible account. And so I had to switch books. So I started this one, I think Wednesday. And so I read this Tuesday, I read this Wednesday, and then I had to go back. I was able to go back on Thursday and I read this one. And then I finished this one that same day. So 17 and 18. And then Alpha Night, I read Thursday and Friday. This is one of my favorites too. Well, a lot of these are my favorites. I just love this series. My favorite series. So anyway, I read that. And then Friday into yesterday, so Saturday, I listened to Last Guard, which is book 20. So this is the latest book out. I was thinking about not reading this one until closer to July when the new book comes out, but I just couldn't stop at that point. I was just like, I need another book. So I listened to this. So now I'm caught up again with this. It does make me want to buy the audiobooks for the first. So I don't have the first 11. So I have 9 of the 9 of the audiobooks. So I kind of want to buy the other ones too, but we'll see. I mean, I keep looking for them. They never are on any of the Audible sales, so I don't know what I'm going to do on those. But I really want to start the series over from book 1 on audio, but we'll see. And so those are the books I finished. So I finished 5 audiobooks, all in the Side Changeling series, rereads. And then I finished the Ghoul Vendetta, which was the next book I need to read in that series, in the SBI series. So what I'm currently reading right now is the book number 5 in the SBI files, which is the Myth Manifestation. I can't say that word, manifestation. And this one is actually fun because it has delegates from all different kind of supernatural creatures coming to New York for yearly treaty signing. And things go down really quickly. And so again, we're following McKenna and Ian, who are the partners of on the SPI team, who are trying to solve the mystery, and it just are who's trying to destroy this convention or whatever. So anyway, I am about 185 pages in, so I have just over 100 pages left. So I was hoping to read more of this yesterday, but I didn't. That's fine. I finished the audiobook, the other one anyway, instead. So anyway, I'm hoping to, as I said, finish this today, and then have book number 5 done in that series. So that would be cool. So I don't know. So I'm hoping to pick up the next book, book 6, The Phoenix Illusion. There's only 7 out, so I'm hoping to pick up 6 though pretty soon, but it might not be this week because I'll explain in a minute. I do still have a couple on the go. Middle game is one I am so close to DNFing, and it's not because it's bad, it's because it's too contemporary for me. And I think I'm 192 pages in. I think this is like 525. And even with the audiobook, I cringe almost the whole time because of the angst. Because the kids grow up in this, the 2 main, Roger and Dodger. And it is interesting with the science fiction element that is in here, but it is way too contemporary for me for the rest of the settings. I love urban fantasy settings where, everything's normal except for a few twists. But the things that happen in this book, like at page around 160, there was a part where it was hard for me to read that because it was just too real in a lot of ways. And I just don't know if this book is for me. And it's kind of sad because I know a lot of people really like it. And I just don't know if I can continue. So I have the audiobook. I got it renewed at my library. And that's done by Amber Benson. And the audiobook is not the problem. It really is that it's just too contemporary feel, even though there are these elements that I like. It's just, but the 2 kids are just, And miscommunication completely. Like, this is like one of the most aggravating books on miscommunication, and not like, it's traumatic how uncommunicative they can be to each other for reasons that make sense for the story, but that doesn't mean I want to read it. So I don't know. I am really on the fence about DNFing that. I really hate to DNF that. Because I bought the book that has one of the companion ones, the little small novellas. I got one, and then I think the second one I got from the library. So I was going to read those after I finished it, but I don't know. I don't know if I can. And I do want to come back to Legends and Lattes. I just don't think this is going to be the week. I think this is going to be a next week thing, just because of what's going to happen. So let me just say, so I have 2 buddy reads starting on Monday. The first one is my Alona Andrews read along of the Hidden Legacies with Tia and all the books. Again, we read the Kate Daniels series last year and really enjoyed and read the whole thing last year. So I'm hoping to get another one of Alona Andrews series done this year. White Hot is book 2. Do not look at the cover. Can I hold it so you can't see it? I hate these covers. They're so unrepresentative of these books. These books are urban fantasy, following Nevada, who is kind of like a private investigator. She usually does kind of low-end kind of investigating. She has her own she has a little magic quirk, but the world is where in the 1800s, magic was discovered, and these families became powerful, and they kind of rule different areas of the country and probably around the world. They're dealing with, are we in Houston? I think it's Houston, Texas. That went right out of my head which one it was. It is Houston. I don't know, anyway, so we're following Nevada, who again gets caught up in trying to catch one of the high magic users who is kind of on a rampage in the first book, Burned for Me. And I really, really enjoyed that book the first time I read it. And of course, I reread it last month with Tia to continue this series. So I've never continued on to book 2 because when I first read it, I had to wait for it to come out, and then I just never got to it. So anyway, so book 2 continues the story. I'm curious to see where it goes. There is a romantic element, but it's so little, at least in the first book, that I hate these covers, but they are by Avon, so I'm sure they just played it up. But just know it's urban fantasy with a lot of magic and explosions and people trying to kill each other. And it's just so much fun. Anyway, point is that we're going to read this week, starting tomorrow. So I got my little tabs in there. You probably can't see them. But anyway, so we're going to start that. And then I'm also starting I think it's 5 or 6 weeks long to read Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson with, Berna's Bookish Adventures. She has, we have a group going. I think there's 5 of us. 4 or 5 of us. I can't remember now. Anyway, so we're going to read this like a little bit every couple days. So I think like sometimes it's like 50 to 60 pages every 3 or 4 days. And we'll check in on Instagram. So I'm looking forward to this. I haven't read Berna and Sanderson in years. And I am going to read Mistborn Era 2 this summer. That's my goal. It's once I get a couple more series done, I want to try to get to that one. I'm just not in a huge fantasy mood. So I'm hoping, because this one's kind of more sci-fi, that I'm going to be okay. Because I just haven't read a lot of any of the epic fantasy in a while. I just can't pick it up. But I'm hoping, because it's a buddy read, and I'll enjoy it. And again, I have liked his writing in the past. All I know about this one, it has to do with 2 daughters of, I don't know if it's an emperor, but he, and there's a god king. Anyway, so I think one of the daughters was supposed to be sent to be married to the other one. So she's like always known she's going to go do that. And at the last minute, the father changes his mind and sends the other daughter. So the daughter who didn't have to go decides she's going to go and rescue her her sister. I'm not sure. Something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try this. I know a lot of people like Warbreaker. It's always been one I've wanted to get to, and I just haven't. So, anyway, so that buddy read starts. We probably won't get done till, I think, the 3rd week of June, I think, is how the schedule plays out. So anyway, I'm looking forward to starting that on Monday. On my birthday. I'm starting both of those on my birthday. So, the only thing is I don't know what audiobooks I'm going to listen to, because again, I'm not going to have to go to work till Tuesday. So it matters on my, on how I feel about what I feel like reading. If I can get back into middle game, that'll be the first thing, if I can read that. If not, I do have the audiobook for Unsold by Will Wright. It's actually narrated by Travis Baldier, which is kind of funny. But anyway, I do have the audiobook. I got it on a sale just a couple weeks ago. So this is a book that I started earlier this year and I stalled out about 50 pages in. I don't know. It just seemed so, I don't know if it was for me. And I might just been my mood, because again, I'm having trouble with fantasy, like strict fantasy stories. Urban fantasy, I could read those all day. But for some reason, like I said, epic fantasy of any sort I'm having trouble with. But this might be it's a short audiobook. I think it's only like 6 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer. I don't remember. So I'm hoping to maybe get to this. I think all I remember about this is some guy who's considered damaged because he didn't get some kind of magic when he was a kid, and so he's grown up in a society that has thought of him as worthless, and then something happens that I think will change that. But I'm not something about being unsold when everybody else has powers of some sort. So anyway, this is Cradle Book 1. I've heard a lot of things about this series. I have most of them on ebook because there was a sale. But if I like the audiobooks, I might decide to get those. I don't know. I just want to get through this first book and know what I think. I don't know if it's my fantasy problems right now with epic fantasy, but that is a book that I might pick up, but I don't know. By Tuesday, I might have picked up something else completely, or I might pick up something later, and I don't know. Or I might return to middle game. Anyway, so I think that's everything. The only thing I have to do is the board, which is going to be, this gets so much harder every day. So I'm just going to, I dropped a line here, so I'm going to start another line because there's so many. So I did one, I continued the series, and then I did 5 rereads. So so those are all my rereads. In April and May. You guys, this is only in the 3 months. I've read so many pages or listened to so many pages in the last the last month and a half. And it definitely, I made a lot of progress in series. I'm doing really well on that. I always want to do more than I have done. But I'm hoping, as I said, to continue these, all these series and keep moving on. We'll see. And again, I think I'm done with the rereading for right now, but we'll see. As I said, I haven't got my books for the Dante Valentine series by Lilith St. Crow. The buyer off of eBay made the label like on the 4th, but didn't ship it out until yesterday. So I'm not going to get those till the end of the week, which is fine because I wasn't going to get to that series until probably the end of the month now. Because again, I started it, but I want the smaller books because I can't hold the big bind up. So, but that's another series I want to get to. But I think I want to try to finish the SPI files before I start back into Dante Valentine. So I think that's going to be it for now. We'll see. As I said, I'm kind of excited for the buddy reads. And again, I have no idea what I'm going to do on audio this week. If I do, I don't know. I might be playing too much with my iPod Touch and my own music to care about audiobooks this week. We'll see what happens. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys are having a great day and I hope you have a good week. Enjoy the 16th because it's my birthday. Anyway, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.